is a fake vegetable made by an old Japanese man. You can see him in the restaurant kitchen, dropping a few spoonfuls of an unknown liquid into a basin of water, kneading and stretching it a few times, then rolling it up. With a rub of his hands, a lifelike original vegetable is created. Don't rush to criticize this old Japanese man. In fact, he is using Japan's century-old tradition of memory food simulation. When mentioning this craft, one cannot overlook the story of this person. A young man from a small town, Ryuzo Iwasaki, inherited his carpenter father's skillful hands, but even after starting a family, he continued to live a life of poverty. One time, while tending to his sick wife by candlelight, a small observation piqued his interest. When hot chili oil touched his finger, it left a clear fingerprint. This reminded him of something he saw as a child at a shrine, where bamboo would naturally form plum blossom-shaped thin slices when dripped into water. At that time, Japanese merchants used to display real food at their entrances to attract customers, but it would soon spoil and smell bad. Over time, this not only became costly, but also a huge waste. Ryuzo Iwasaki had a sudden epiphany. Why not use wax to replicate food? To bring this flash of inspiration to life? It took him several years to create the first wax model. Unexpectedly, the fake omelet rice even fooled his wife's eyes. Ryuzo Iwasaki was overjoyed and decided to make more models to rent out to nearby restaurants. These replica models not only stayed fresh, but also firmly attracted the attention of passers-by, making it much easier for foreigners to order. More and more shop owners came to him, and Ryuzo Iwasaki knew well that only by perfecting this craft could he ensure its lasting success, so he spent 10 years making models. Deciding to establish a factory for mass production did not significantly diminish the quality of the models. This is because Ryuzo Iwasaki continuously experimented with new materials to solve issues like preheating, melting, and discoloration of the models. He also required his employees to pay meticulous attention to detail. The young man who was once impoverished could never have imagined that being inspired by a spicy dish would lead him to make food models his life's work. One day, he would be called the father of food models. He honed the craft of imitation to perfection and also developed it into an industry. Some people accused him of creating fake objects, but he turned this fakery into a lifelong career. Eye-catching gimmicks may be fleeting, but the spirit of craftsmanship endures and remains ever fresh.